I'm Cherish Lombard. We are glad to have you here for the 4 on 5. The dog who captured a ton of attention because of a box stuck on his head for months is now free. This morning, animal control officers and volunteers with the City of Mobile Animal Services and Mobile County Animal Shelter teamed up to give the dog back his freedom. You're seeing him behind me. Two of them are joining us on the red couch: shelter volunteer and advocate Martin Miller and the director of the city shelter, Robert Bryant. You guys were looking for the box. You have it. It's in one of the trucks.
Yes.
So describe the box, though, to us, because as we're looking at some of this video, we're wondering, is it a heavy box? Is it a plastic box?
So yeah, the box, the best way to describe it is the top of a trash can, like a public trash can that you would see out on the street or at a fast food restaurant. You know, you walk by, throw your trash in it, and the lid closes. It was basically one of those, as if the dog were going through the trash somewhere and couldn't get the box back off his head when he stopped.
Wow. That must have been an emotional moment, pulling that box again after it's been on his head for months, pulling it and freeing him.
Yeah, it was. So as Robert said, you know, there was and as yourself said, there's been a lot of traction from this. There's been a lot of people in the rescue community that have been out trying to catch this dog, but not been possible because the box is so big, it wouldn't fit in a conventional trap. So, you know, so we went out there this morning, you know, with animal control officers from the city shelter and the county shelter as well. And the dog, you know, we were all in the back area, the brush, it was sort of, you know, thick brush. We formed a line. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and this dog ran to me. I didn't really know what to do at the point, so I grabbed the lid. I had my arm around the tree because it was a big dog, and I just held on for dear life, and the dog was like wriggling to go away and eventually freed his head. So
he is free. Now, he did run. So currently looking for the dog. You still have officers out there looking for the dog.
Correct, but the good news is now is he doesn't have the box on his head, so we were able to set traps. And hopefully we'll be able to set him in one of our box traps, catch him in one of our box traps.
That's good news. And we aired a story last month about this because we had a ton of people calling our newsroom worried about this dog and asking, is there anything that anybody can do? You all received calls at the shelter as well.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, this dog is one of those special situations. You always have one every now and again where nothing you try works. And in this case, we broke out all the stops. We tried chemical capture with a dart gun. We tried to catch him with a net gun on multiple occasions. Finally, what we ended up doing was getting with the City Parks and Rec and Traffic Department to bring out a whole bunch of the barricades that we were using for Mardi Gras, and we barricaded the dog into a certain area in the wood line. And it gave us just enough funnel for Martin here to be able to reach out and grab that box as he was running by.
That is amazing. And the teamwork you mentioned, what does it take to get volunteers and officers from the city shelter and the county shelter together to make something like this happen?
Yeah, well, in our situation, I mean, you think we had probably 4 different organizations between the vets, the traffic department, Parks and Rec, the county, and us. And finding a time where everybody could get out there at once is what the real trick was. So it was a multi-day process. We started early yesterday morning putting up the barricades to create the area to contain them in. And then this morning, I think there were a total of 10 of us that rolled out and got them contained in that area. Now, we did spend quite a bit of time looking for him afterwards, but best word for that dog is that he's a ninja.
But still looking for him. So the dog isn't up for adoption just yet, but hopefully he will be soon.
Hopefully, once we manage to get our hands on him, we'll be able to get him back to the shelter, you know, run him through the behavior tests and the medical evaluations, and we'll go from there.
I bet there are a lot of people watching right now who would love to have that dog as part of their family. And right now, there are a lot of precious, wonderful dogs who have had a rough go at life at the city and county animal shelters, and they're hoping you will turn things around for them and give them the love they deserve. We get to see so many of those dogs up for adoption on the City of Mobile Animal Services social media pages and on your pages, Martin, and we're looking at some of them now. You make quite a connection, and a lot of the staff and volunteers really connect with these animals.
Yeah, when I first moved over here and I started volunteering at the shelter, I had a misconception about what shelter life was like, as does a lot of the public. And so what I wanted to do when I first went in there, fell in love with all the team, you know, saw how hard they worked to keep the dogs safe with multiple dogs coming in on a daily basis. It was just, it's such an, you know, an unforgiving environment sometimes, and they don't get the credit that they deserve a lot of times, you know. So Robert and I spoke, and I said, look, I would love to be able to give a view of the shelter that's more realistic, a behind the scenes view. And the community has just been unbelievable. You know, everyone who shares the posts, there's dogs that have been there for close to a year. You know, we'll post them within 2 days of people sharing them, the dogs get adopted. So the community here is among the best I've ever been involved in.
It really is amazing. I've talked to you about this, to see what you're doing and how you're helping these homeless animals and what you're all doing to really help. I mean, this is one of those jobs, you even said it, volunteering, working in an animal shelter. Sometimes we think back to like Lady and the Tramp movies and it's the dog catcher, but so many times we don't know what you all are going through, what you all are seeing, things that us as animal lovers hope to never see. So we appreciate both of you being here and sharing the happy ending, and hope to be, hopefully soon, even happier once this guy is captured. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. And I do not think animal control officers and animal rescue volunteers are told enough. Thank you for everything you do to help these homeless animals. You guys are rock stars.
Thank you.
Thank you.